continue with the basic geometrical concepts. In the previous class, we have learned about angles. What is an angle? How to form an angle? About its vertex, about the arms, and the representation of angles. Then we come across the interior and exterior part of the angle. Also, we have learned about boundaries, right? Today, let's move to another topic. It's open and closed curve. I know, from the word itself, you can imagine what is an open curve and what is a closed curve. Let's see some examples, and from these examples, we can identify what is an open curve and what's a closed curve. Here you can see some figures. Some are open and some are closed that you can identify from the figure itself. Here it's a circle, clearly a closed. Here also somewhat like X, but it is closed in the upper part and the lower part. Here it is half of the circle. It's a straight line. 3. The mirror image. It is triangle. 8. Another figure. It's the Malayalam letter Ta. But how can we identify mathematically whether a curve is open or closed? That's what we are explaining using these figures. How can I draw this symbol half of the circle or C, right? It's starting from here, from one endpoint, and I can move the pen like this and it will end in another point, right? Here also, it start from one endpoint, moving the pen like this and it will end in another point. Here also, start from here, moving the pen like this and it ends in another point. It indicates that the curves which have different beginning and end points. There are two end points. Both are different. Then we can call it as a open curve. So the curves which have different beginning and end points are called open curves. Then tell me, what will be a closed curve? Let's consider the example of a circle. Just imagine the starting point is here. When I move the pen like this, it will end at the same point. The end point and the starting point are same here. Look at the triangle also. I can draw the triangle at the same stretch, right? Yes. Here also, this figure also, I can draw like this, starting from one point, moving and reach at the same point itself. So all the closed curves, it's having same starting point and same end point. So the curves which have same beginning and end points are called closed curves. These are all closed curves. Here you can see some closed as well as open figures. What is the peculiarity of these figures? These are all simple figures or simple curves. Then let's find what are not simple. Can you find the difference between the previous set of figures and here? Here some more figures are there, right? This one, this 8 and this ta, etc. What is the difference between these three figures and the others? You can find that these figures, when it draw, it cross the same line itself, right? Here also it cross the same line. It is open, again it cross the same line itself. So when we can say that, or which types of curves we can say that simple curves? A curve which does not cross itself at any of the point, we can call it as a simple curve. Whether it is closed or open, if it is not cross itself, we can call it as a simple curve. Now let's move to simple closed curve. These curves are closed, right? And simple too. Such figures we can call it as simple closed curve. A closed curve which does not cross itself is called simple closed curve. Let's learn about interior, exterior and boundary of a simple closed curve. Here is a curve we are considering and we are taking some points here. Point A, B and C are the inside points, right? So, the inside points or the point which lies inside the curve, we can call it as interior points, or the region of the plane that lies inside the curve. It is called interior of the curve. Let's consider another set of points, say PQR. These 3 points are outside the curve. These 3 points are outside the curve. So, these points lies in the exterior portion of the curve. So, the region of the plane that lies outside the curve, it is called exterior portion, and PQR are the exterior points on the curve. One more set points we can find, right? Yeah, the points which lies in the curve itself. It is called boundary of the curve. It's called boundary of the curve. So, exterior points, interior points and boundary points we have seen through this figure. So, the region of the plane that lies inside the curve is called interior of the curve. The region of the plane that lies outside the curve is called exterior of the curve. And the collection of points that lies on the curve itself, it is called boundary of the curve. Let's consider a curve here. I'm going to consider some points which are inside the curve. Also, another such points which are in the boundary. Together, these points, what we can call? The points which are in the boundary and also in the interior of the curve, together we can call it as region of the curve, or the interior of the curve together with its boundary we can call it as region of the curve. There are 2 types of boundaries are there: linear boundaries and curvilinear boundaries. Let's learn it. Here you can see some figures. One is a triangle, is a circle, it's also another figure, and you can see some more figures here. Here also this figure is having 4 sides, right? How can you differentiate these points? Let me name it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, what about 1, 3 and 5? The sides are line segments, right? Yeah. So, for the figures 1, 3 and 5, we can say that it's having linear boundary, or the sides are line segments. But what about for 2, 4 and 6? The side is curve in shape. So, it is having curvilinear boundaries. So, a closed curve is made up of line segments. Then we can call it as linear boundary. Otherwise, it's said to have curvilinear boundary. The next one is polygon. You may have heard about polygon, right? Did you see some figures here? Yeah. What is the peculiarity here? All having linear boundaries, right? Yeah. It's here the sides of the figure is straight line segment, correct? All are closed curves too. So a simple closed curve made up of line segments, we can call it as a polygon. Look at here. All the sides are of line segments and it is closed too. So these are all closed curve made up of line segments and we can call it as a polygon. These are all polygons, right? Then why these are not polygons? These figures, I'll mark here these three. The first and the second are not polygon because it's having curve shape. Then what about the three? It's having straight line segment, right? A polygon should have simple closed curve. It is not simple. Why it is not simple? Because the straight lines cross itself. Therefore, it is not a simple closed curve. And therefore, 1, 2, 3 are not polygons. Let's learn about the sides, vertices and diagonals of a polygon. The line segment forming a polygon are called its sides. Let's draw a polygon using line segments. So using line segments, here we form a polygon, right? Yeah. So these straight line segments are called sides of the polygon. Then what about the vertices? The endpoints of the line segment. We make this polygon using 5 line segments, right? Yeah. Then the endpoints of the line segment, you know, right? The line points of the line segment are called vertices. We can mark the vertices like this. Did you see? Yeah, it's marked like this. And we can name the vertices too. Here I have named the vertices like A, B, C, D, E. So we can call this polygon as A, B, C, D and E. So here is the polygon A, B, C, D, E. Just look at the sides AB and AE. Yeah, these two are the nearby sides, right? So we can call these two sides as the adjacent side. In the same way, what about AB and BC? AB and BC are the nearby sides or it shares a common vertex. For AB and AE also it shares a common vertex. So these are adjacent sides. For BC and CD, C is the common vertex. So these are adjacent sides. So how can we define adjacent sides? The two sides of a polygon with a common endpoint are called its adjacent sides. In this figure, I just mark the vertices too. A and E are the endpoints of the side or endpoints of the line segment AE. A and B are the endpoints of the line segment AB. What about B and D? Yes, B is the endpoint of CB and D is the endpoint of CD. A and B, the vertices A and B, we can call it as adjacent vertices just because these are the endpoints of the same line segment. In the same way, A and E, you can see these are the endpoints of the line segment AE and therefore A and E are called adjacent vertices. We can define adjacent vertices as the endpoints of the same side of the polygon or the endpoints of the same line segment in the polygon is called adjacent vertices. Let's learn about adjacent angles. Here 5 angles are marked. Angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D, angle E. When you consider the angles B and C, these two are adjacent angle because it's having a common side BC, right? In the same way, C and D, angle C and angle D are adjacent angles because it is having a common side CD. So how can we define adjacent angles? Two angles of a polygon with a common side are called its adjacent angles. Let's think about the diagonals now. In this polygon ABCDE, I can join BE and BD, right? B and E are non-adjacent vertices. B and D are also non-adjacent vertices, correct? So I just join the non-adjacent vertices BE and BD. Another one, here A and C are the non-adjacent vertices. C and E are also the non-adjacent vertices. We just join the non-adjacent vertices AC and CE. One more. Here I have drawn DA and DB. D and A are non-adjacent vertices. D and A are non-adjacent vertices. D and B are non-adjacent vertices. So these types of line segment or line segments joining non-adjacent vertices, we can name it as diagonal. So the line segment formed by joining non-adjacent vertices are called diagonals of the polygon. Thank you, dears.